Well, good morning, YouTube. Hi guys, in the close of yesterday's video, we were stuck in this pilot parking lot. Goliath wouldn't run. Today's running. I can't explain it just yet, but we could not get it to start to save our life yesterday. We were stuck right here in the middle of the parking lot. Had to call a tow truck to move us 20 feet into this spot. And what was happening was, like, it's not like it just ran out of fuel, but fuel pressure was good. The lights on the dash that indicate check engine and warning. So basically, when you turn the key on, these two lights on the dash will always light up. It's not the low air pressure or the low oil pressure. Those light up as well. These are two different lights. And when they come on, they only stay on for a couple of seconds. And then when they go out, I usually hit the start button and start the truck up. They weren't coming on, which leads me to believe that it was an ECU communication problem. Something was not telling the ECU to activate. We checked power supplies, we checked everything. We could not find a problem. And because it was so late in the morning, we were exhausted. I just called the tow truck, had them put it into a parking spot, which cost us $300. Not terrible, but they didn't have to tow us far, but they did have to come out at 3 o'clock in the morning, or 3:30, 4, whatever, I don't know. I didn't actually get to bed until about 6:30 this morning. I got back up about 10. And well, once I got up, it was raining and I had no motivation to really come outside. It's still raining, but it's like a light sprinkle now. But it was raining pretty good on and off this morning. It's like almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, I think. And so I just did a lot of internet research, and everything I found was signs of an ECM going bad, or a bad fuse to the ECM, or bad wiring. And I couldn't find any of that. Obviously, I can't test the ECM. But anyway, about 10 minutes ago, Alan and I are sitting there thinking, what are our options? What else can we double check? And if we can't get them running, how do we get to Laconia? What kind of truck can we rent that we can still tow one of the trailers with? Or do we just tow one trailer there, turn around, come back, get the other one, go there? None of them were good scenarios. And then Alan just said, you know what? Just for, poops and giggles, did the lights come on this morning? So yeah, I turned it on. Sure enough, the lights came on. They went out. I hit the start button, fired up like there was never an issue. I'm happy about that. But what worries me is what caused it, and when or will it happen again. So do we get on the road? I don't know. Now that it's running, and this rain should be stopping here in a moment, I'm going to pop the hood. I'm going to start wiggling wires while it's running and hope, well, I'm going to hope that nothing happens. But I'm hoping that if there is a bad wire or some kind of a communication problem, I'm hoping that I'll be able to find it. And it's something that I can repair. I'll just feel more secure. My concern is if we get out on the highway and this happens again, maybe we won't be in such a convenient spot. I know. The risk of doing what we do, right? All right, guys. So I have gone through, wiggled every wire I could. I've shut the truck off, turned it back on. It's working like nothing ever happened, like there wasn't an issue at all. So I'm going to test drive it around the parking lot, and if everything goes well, I'm going to back it back up to the trailer, and I don't know, maybe we'll move forward. The thing is, when everything's working, you can't even diagnose anything, because right now everything is working perfect. I can't find bad connections. Maybe there's something within the ECM that, I don't know, like tripped or something, and maybe it just needed time to reset itself. I don't know exactly how things work inside the ECM, but I'm glad it's working, but I'm still a little uneasy in why it happened, and I'm not sure whether it's going to happen again. bypass like we probably should have. As we were passing, like, oh, maybe we should have taken the bypass. My brain, I was just thinking 75, 71, stay on 71, whatever. Anyway, we've got a little bit of traffic, but it's just now about 4 o'clock. We're hoping it won't be terrible. It's about 5 p.m. now, and we made it to this rest area ways north of Cincinnati on 71. I forget what Texas is. We're still like 70 miles from Columbus, Ohio. But, you know, I wanted to use the restroom. I was getting a little bit tired. I wanted to walk around. But also, I kept hearing a noise. And actually, Katie heard it first. I got to listen to it. And I wasn't sure if it was a belt squeaking, but it almost sounded like crickets. And sometimes it would get a little bit more intense and then it's kind of fade away. So we pull in here and I get out and I do like a circle check. I walk around Goliath. I'm checking everything out. I don't hear anything from Goliath. But the further back towards the trailer I get, that noise I heard got louder. I come back up front, it kind of goes away. I was thinking maybe an air leak or a belt squeak. But yeah, sure enough, all the wooded areas right here, you could just hear massive amounts of crickets making a cricket noise. Even these trees in front of us. I went over and said something to Alan. He's like, "Do you hear that?" He's like, "Yeah, what is this?" And it just sounds like a buttload of crickets. So yeah, it's not the truck. It's just the way the crickets are echoing. And it's just weird. But then I thought it was a noise from the truck. Goliath is performing perfectly right now. Sorry, I got Katie with her mouth full. She made us some snacks while I was going to the restroom, and we're gonna get back on the road. guys, about that time again where Alan was going to need fuel, and I was getting tired. I've actually been struggling to keep my eyes open. Katie's been talking to me, keeping me awake, kind of all over the lane. So I was like, you know what, I need to take a break, get out, walk around, get some coffee, and we'll try this again. You know, sometimes I'll go through that phase and then I'll come out of it and I'll get a second wind and I'll be like just raring to go. Alan says he does the same thing sometimes. So hopefully I'm out of it. Like, I feel great right now, but I'm not driving at the moment either. I feel wide awake right now. So hopefully a little bit of caffeine, we can just keep on moving. We're still, I don't know, like 100 miles or so from Cleveland or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I haven't actually looked in a while. We got a ways to go still. Alright guys, as you see, we made pretty quick work of Pennsylvania, and we are now in New York. Now we're at the Angola Service Center. We stopped to top off the dually, and I'm putting a little bit here in Goliath as well because I was getting down to like a quarter tank, a little less than a quarter of a tank. But they don't have satellite pumps here, so I can't really fill up, so I'm going to throw in what I can. It only took 65 gallons to top the right tank off, but the left tank has probably still got, well, 40 gallons in it then. And it'll balance out. It'll get us a little bit further down the road until I can find a better place to fuel up. It is currently like, I don't know, 1 in the morning, midnight? I don't know, let me check. Yeah, it's 12:05. I feel tired, but I'm wide awake. I think Alan's doing pretty good too. You still good to keep driving, or you want to stop and rest? Yeah, so I guess we're just going to keep going for a little while, get as far across New York as I can. Truth is, this time of night on the thruway, finding a spot for us both to park will be virtually impossible anyway. So as long as we're up to it, we should probably just keep moving. Alright guys, it's about 3:15, and we finally found a place to pull off and park. I honestly don't know even if we're allowed to park here or not, because it's kind of like off of the rest area, but it doesn't look like it's part of the rest area. There's a big old huge open parking lot. I mean, there are trucks here, but I don't know if they're part of the business. So I've seen another RV over there. I'm hoping we're okay. We're gonna get a few hours of sleep, try to get back up at 9:30, and then hit the road to get to the rest of the way. Again, not where we wanted to be necessarily, but I'm really glad that we made it as far as we did. Considering that when we woke up this morning, we thought we woke up to a broke truck and weren't going to get anywhere. We made it the rest of the way through Kentucky, all the way through Ohio, through Pennsylvania, and halfway across New York State. We're tired though. We're going to shut Goliath off. We're all going to get some rest. All right, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until the next time I see you, keep those engines running.